Am I wrong if I expose my best friend for seducing my husband? My best friend seduced my husband roughly 1 week after I confided in her that we were having issues but planning on going to therapy. At the same time, she ghosted me. In the months leading up to this, my dad died, my dog died, my husband and I began living in separate housing while seeking therapy, and I totaled my car. I reached out to her, after several weeks of being ignored as I offered to be her ride to and from a medical appointment, to bring her things and check in on her well-being, and said that it felt like my friendship was no longer convenient to her when I was going through one of the darkest periods of my life. She responded back with a 6-page PDF, yes, PDF in response to a text, which rambled about how good of a person she was and how rough her life was, only to end the very last paragraph saying she wasn't mad at me for anything but the best thing she could do was let me figure things out on my own. Come to find out that she had already hooked up with my husband 3 times. He has his fair share of blame in this situation, but that's not what I need advice on at the moment. She trash-talked me to him, threw herself at him, and told him all they would need to do was wait an appropriate amount of time, maybe 6 months before becoming publicly official as dating. For reference, we were friends for 5 years. I have known my husband for 4 years. She was going to be the maid of honor in our upcoming wedding. We've been married 3 years but never had an actual wedding for others to attend. She called me her best friend. She stated hundreds of times that the reason she and my husband got along so well was because they bonded over their shared love of me. This is someone who presents themselves as an ideal. She meditates multiple times a week. She's sober, well she calls herself that, but really she does plenty of things. She just doesn't drink very much, and hosts sober events. She talks all the time about how much spiritual healing she has done, how often she donates food to the local food bank, etc. She posts constantly about how 2025 is her year of solitary growth and healing and promotes herself as someone everyone else should go to for advice and wisdom about how to become a better person. She is the epitome of empathy and honesty. She is the ideal friend who would never hurt her loved ones. I want to put her on blast. I found everything out about 2 weeks ago, it happened about 3 months ago, and she sent me that PDF about 1.5 months ago. I can't seem to let the thought go. I want to announce what she did in a very public way. I know it's messy and juvenile, but at the same time, I can't stand the thought of her tricking people into believing this image she puts forth. She had me completely fooled, and she still is fooling so many others. Isn't it the right thing to do to warn others? To expose the snake oil salesman? I also think it would make me feel better to expose her. I know that I wouldn't be doing it just for the good of others. But at the same time, I don't know that I want everyone to know what she and my husband did. Especially because at this moment in time, my husband and I are in therapy and working towards possible reconciliation. Should I expose her publicly? How? Why or why not? What repercussions could exposing her have, that I may not be thinking of? Is there some way to expose her while also not letting everyone know the painful intimate details of my life/relationship? Or some way to at least stop thinking about it? What would you do? Edit. A lot of people are bringing up good reasons not to do it publicly. What about confronting her privately? As of right now, she doesn't know that I know.